Hiya folks, I'm Grim, and welcome to Grim Grooves, a channel where I react to and review music of all kinds. Today we'll be checking out the Reverb Ensemble Distorted. You guys suggested this many times after I did the Reverberation Ensemble the other day, so I'm excited to check this out because that was fantastic, and I'm excited to check out what the differences here are with the distorted version, because it's still fairly fresh in my memory and stuff like that, so this will be awesome. But if you've got anything else you'd like me to check out, throw it down in the comments. And while you're down there, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. It helps the channel grow, it helps support me, and helps the algorithm, all that type of stuff. And I'm eternally grateful for everyone who supports me. Speaking of which, I also have a Patreon with some songs from Mealy and all those things like that. So I'd like to thank everyone who supports me over there. And without further ado, let's check out the Reverb Ensemble Distorted. This is really interesting. I was expecting there to be like kind of a dark, distorted, like I don't know, more, I don't know, just much darker themes to this because it's distorted, or just different elements that are like a lot more distortion sounding. But right off the bat, we start with like a choir singing, like an angelic style choir, and then you hear the bells and everything like that. It seems very like ethereal and very like angelic in a way, which is again not what I was expecting. But this is only the first part, and it's fantastic. But anyways, let's keep going. This is so good. I can definitely hear elements of the distortion coming in now, like that guitar coming in, like crunchy electronic guitar that we heard before, and it fits very well. And then the strings come in, and then the strings don't go like double time, the violin and stuff like that. Like, and then there's just little elements here and there that sound like bits of distortion, and it's fantastic. Like overall, this is like you could listen to the entire first one and this entire one, I'm guessing, and they're completely different, but also have some commonalities and things like that, and they just work really well. Like this is fantastic. Let's keep going. This is almost like a battle between heaven and hell is the feel I get, because like again, when I assume distortion, I'm thinking like it's going to be more like hellish, more dark, more messed up, and more like disjointed in a way, whereas this almost seems more cohesive and adding in the like the bells and the choir singing like again in very angelic style, and like overall like there's more of a lightness to this version of the song than there was the original one, which goes against what you would assume distortion would be. But if in this world the distortion is the goodness or something like that, or maybe the the angels and things like that are the evil ones. But anyways, regardless, I don't know exactly, but it sounds fantastic regardless. And also, I just want to mention the background art. Like, I love the art style of these games. Like, the just looking at these creatures and stuff, it's such a unique style, and I love that style. Like, it's like unlike anything I've seen before, I think, in animation, and it's so cool to see. Like, just these monstrosities, they're so cool looking. Anyways, let's keep going with Bria's theme. There's that heavy percussion we're used to from the last one. Like, there's been percussion though this whole thing, but I think this is the first time we've got the heavy, like, doom, 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 like that we heard in the last version of the Reverberation Ensemble, and it's fantastic here. Like, again, there's almost like that dichotomy of like the good versus evil, where some elements of the song seem very crunchy, very dark, very distorted, where other parts seem very like angelic and very happy and very lighthearted. Like, parts of this song specifically, this Bria's theme, almost feel like a Pokemon like battle theme or something like that, with how light it is in some ways. And then there's some a little bit darker parts, like the distorted guitar and things like that, and it's fantastic. And also, like, just the style of the drums, sometimes like they have a bit of a distortion to them. Like, this is just so well done overall. Now we're going into what I believe was my favorite one from the last one, Absoluth. Unless they skipped it, because I know there's only 3 here and there was 4 in the first one. And I know it was an A name, I just can't remember which one it was. But I will see when I listen to it. I have a feeling I'll know if it's the same one that I really liked, because it had the strings that I like, the violin sections that I really loved. But we'll see. I'm curious how this will be. But this has been so cool so far, so different from the original, and so like just so different and so interesting. Like, not at all what I was expecting from this, but that's in a good way. I always like to be surprised. See, this is the perfect encapsulation of what I was talking about. It's like you have the angelic horns and the bells going on, and then you have the crunchy electronic guitar. Like, so it's like the entire thing has been like this battle between good and evil or whatever, and now at the very end, it's like they're actually clashing, like 1-to-1 back and forth. Like, it seems like to me. I mean, again, I could be just completely off the wall here and just making up nonsense, but that's the vibe I get, because again, the heavy influence of like the angelic style bells, the choirs, and the horns that sound very ethereal and things like that, like, and the guitar, which definitely has a bit of a distortion to it and stuff. Like, so well done, so interesting. I need to get that little guitar solo bit there again, because this guitar riff is so good. and it just instantly stops, just like the last one. That was crazy. Like, especially near the end there, like everything kind of building together at once. And yeah, that violin or that guitar solo was fantastic. The guitar melodies there, like, holy, it just blew me away. Like, again, I had no idea what to expect going into this, and it just was so much better than I could have ever expected. Also, this background image here was really crazy looking. Like, it just makes me more and more curious about Library of Ruina and all these different Project Moon games, because they seem so awesome, and the music here is mind-blowingly good. Like, that was incredible. Like, it's so well done. Like, all the different layers just, again, working so well together, and the way that they kind of, again, juxtapose the good side with the bells and the choir and everything like that, and then the darkness with the guitar and the drums and everything like that. Like, and at the end there, just bringing it all together, where we had like the crazy guitar melodies going on, then we bring in the drums with the big booming drums, and then you hear the horns in the background and everything. It's all just coalescing together, and it's like, yeah, it was so cool. Like, this is fantastic. Like, I can see why you guys suggested so much, and I'm glad that I reacted to this right after the other one, because I still have some of the memories of that. And I believe they did skip over the one character that I was saying was my favorite the last time, because it's just, I don't know, maybe didn't mesh as well because of the kind of moody violin that was there. Like, there wasn't really a lot of sadness in this entire thing here. It was more action focused, it seemed like, and it was just, again, very, very cool to see. And again, all these visuals and stuff too, like, very unique and very interesting, and just the melodies were just so stunning. This is incredible. But anyways, thanks for hanging out, watching my reaction. If you liked it, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, and until next time, later days, folks.